see the starting lineup. Tyrant Yap will be the point guard. Now we welcome in our point guard, Carl Ravage. Ravi, you with me, buddy?
I'm with you, buddy. I mean, I just looked at the... Yep, that's something to keep an eye on. How frequently yesterday did we see Mann create with a dribble drive, absorb the blow, and then flip it up with that right hand, similar to that. Now fixed itself, or he fixed it. As Appleby goes in amongst the trees, Mann needs one, and he can't get it there. Trey Mann all the way to the rack. Ponce got a hand on that.
At keeping his body off of yours. Very difficult to get into his chest.
Tennessee's got 5 blocks in the game, and the Gators can dream come true. You mentioned it, out of Kingsport, Tennessee. 6'9", and boy, was that an impactful moment for him. Mann needs 1 to 10. You wondered the first basket Mann scores, will that be the seal is broken and he can go from there? And there is prospects to play in college. He ended up at Cleveland State, and he's consistently outperformed the expectations as Mann fades away. More good defense. Basketball, they try to run with Appleby.
Carl, that was probably the most physical Florida has been so far in this game defensively.
Trey Mann.
Using Trey Mann as a screener into the ball screen for Castleton. Screen the screener into the ball screen. Now Trey Mann's tucked away in the corner. Good offense.
Mann, Scobie got in the way of it. And now an advantage for Florida. They get it to Osifo. Mann will launch a 3. But both of those players significant contributors to their respective teams.
Ravi, I just talked.
Johnson gets it to go. Keon Johnson bangs it in.
The Tennessee attacks that glass, and it results in a kick-out 3. Tennessee is a team that can kind of smell blood in certain areas of the game.
Appleby's 3, no good, and here comes Johnson.
Gosh, is he good at that?
Greg, when I say is he rebound, not sure that the Bailey 3 was the shot Rick Barnes wanted. That ball deflected out of bounds, and you can see Rick talking to Bailey in the corner there.
I'm sure that it wasn't the shot that Rick Barnes. He could probably score points for you in the SEC track meet in some event. Watch the 2 hands try to keep him down. No. He didn't respond and go nuts over the foul call. He listened to the official make the call. He gathered his team up. And what could have been a very hard, difficult...
And that decision when it came to where Scottie Pippen Jr. played college ball.
Yeah, Ravi, he was a 3-star recruit. It came out of high school, a little bit overlooked, a little bit undervalued.
And the 6'11" Colin Castleton, the Michigan transfer, with a rebound.
Florida downing the ball screens early, not letting that ball get reversed. Oh, good drive.
Man, that's that strength. Brown with 4 points early here and a really good look as he was open underneath. Trey Mann, baseline, left hand flipped it up. 15, Osifo into the game now for Florida. Omar Payne into the game as well as Mann goes to the hole and he can't get off.
Vanderbilt defense, Ravi, they changed looks. They're not great at any one defense, so they try to get you confused a little bit by changing their looks and being active.
Trey Mann made a good move and then he kind of forced one up. Now he's got an open 3 and he's short. You know that. You see your baseball background.
Well, you see that in the home run derby, which I might be joining you this year from what I've heard. There's Trey Mann number if they've had any chance to fight back in this ball game.
Trey Mann doubled up top. He dribbles through that. He's got Locke in the corner. Instead, flips it up with that. Next year, the tournament, and that man will move to Tampa, Florida for a year and then return to Nashville through 21-30.
What a beautiful sight.
Taking your speed up. Let's go. Come on.
We're going to take it to a jab cross. Great.
Jimmy, at times have been curious. What do you think about this? Mann was asked about the inconsistencies with the team. He said, I don't think we're going to take a game off.
Moment about him that is so rare. Dosunmu has it for Illinois as well. Garza is going to be hard to knock out. Jalen Suggs will be the hardest individual.
Turnover. And then a turnover right back. Mann from the baseline.
Gap. Stay in the middle, and Trey Mann's going to have opportunities off that screen to score.
Pinson can't finish on one end. Trey Mann does on the other.
Look to attack.
Mann on the attack. High off the window.
Play outside the design of the offense because he can break it off anytime. And then Noah Locke, the way he can shoot the three. And see, like that right there, playing in
Field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentage. No one has done that in 15 years. The last team to do it was the Billy Donovan Gators squad that won the national. It has certainly helped pave the way to a 14-2 Missouri run.
It was one of the first things Mike White said to us this afternoon. And they're much tougher to score on.
Garucci, top floor on the rebound. 7-point game, Gator basketball. Mann on a weaving runner. He's tapped around and into the hands of Mann. This is everything. Not sure if that's the look Mitchell Smith wants, and certainly not what Conzo Martin wants.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Mann.
Teams coming in having lost 4 or 5 and giving them extra possessions. And right now, Missouri shooting 46% from the floor, which is a little bit better than their.
Mann tight ropes the baseline. Now Castleton goes to work on Mitchell Smith.
So you keep pushing, trying to get some action. Tough shot, well defended.
Call 1-855-738-0409 to get an affordable Cigna Medicare Advantage plan with no monthly premium and no primary doctor copay. You get medical, dental, vision, and
if it's a bad shot, you're not coming out, and that's got to give you great freedom and confidence if you're a guy like Mitch.
On a runner on the inside, and
To think, to be a little tentative, and you see that happening for the first time with Kentucky right there.
and the steal.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Clear it off. Back come the Gators. Bring it into the front court with a 1-point lead.
Better attack that time by Kentucky, not to defense to offense before Florida can get that zone defense set up.
Mann backpedals, drops the 3. They move it around the perimeter to Mann on the baseline. 9 to shoot. Mann on the drive, up high off the win.
Bolster you or knock you down a peg at this time of year.
Trey Mann wisely picked up that loose ball as Appleby was worried about a double dribble. And then Mann does it. Appleby, great pass to Castleton. He'll have to give it up though. Mann, baseline jumper. Wow, what a shot.
100 minutes of zone out of Auburn in this game, and they're in it right now.
Wes Glover on the floor. Osai Osifo's been banged up. He's on the floor as well. 15 in blue. Offensive rebound. Trey Mann and a floater. Out.
The guys that are making 9 threes a game for Auburn are still on the floor. The problem is the assist man is not, and just a lack. This is my personal opinion. Talked to a lot of scouts about him as well. When you are a small guard, and he's probably 5'10", you have to do 2 things at the next level. You have to shoot the light, and something good will happen.
Trey Mann left alone, knocks it down. Good year.
Man, that's the truest value of, is it real joy or fake joy? And he just got his butt in the gym and went to work, and now has a real joy for the game, and his game backs it up.
2 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 8 from 3. And down by 10. Trey Mann, he's got 11. Trey Mann's got 11. Auburn in Watford. Trey Mann, yes sir, right on line for Mann, who's got Trey Mann, high arcer doing work tonight. Trey Mann they lost by 24, 104 to 80. They're getting hammered tonight, and then they still have Tennessee and at Alabama on the schedule. If you have no Sharif Cooper,
then without Powell, and then with Cooper, and now without both of them.
Trey Mann, he ran himself out of the shot clock.
Favorite, is this the year that you end that drought? You have not won one since 2000 if you're in the Big Ten.
Right.
But those are the 8 guys
on
that McDonald's American roster, the most of any team in the country. So not only Juwan Howard getting it done as a coach, getting it done with his NBA. Great communication. By yourself, sending the message. There's no ball screen coming.
Auburn led it 3-zip. Florida caught that timeout at the 19-minute mark. 1 minute in, led to an 18-3 run. And one of the bigger nights for Trey Mann and Scotty Lewis. See Arkansas and Alabama at 9 Eastern time on ESPN2.
Show flat, or he's got to show high, or you got to get under. But you can't let the point guard turn the corner.
Dangerous, lazy. And Georgia's been very, very good in that area. Jackson Etter, the 6'4" sophomore, able to come on and get the offensive board.
Purchase? Overruled. With the Venture Card, it's every purchase. What's in your wallet?
This tax time when big carriers try to get you to splurge on the latest nuts.
Pick up a couple of quick fouls. We're just underway here. We played 33 seconds in the second half. Mann behind the back dribble, frees himself.
When the things really step out, but when you're looking for that 3 or 4 consistent guys night in and night out, it's very difficult.
Shot clock winding down. Good pass out of that crew.
No, you should have, with that squeaky voice, you know, David, what are you doing, David? I can't do it very good, but
I'm sure it's wonderful.
Offense.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
No offense.
I'm sure it's wonderful, but some things don't sound right.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one.
Possession ball game.
Trey Mann having a very good season for the Gators. His best season in a Florida uniform, and a step back three's too strong. Defense.
His hands are outstanding, Justin Smith, and he's the number 2 guy in terms of the assists. His hands are terrific on the offensive end. The defensive end is a defensive rebound.
In the second half, and that was a statement win for the Razorbacks to keep that roll going. Castleton didn't get that to go, and Scotty Lewis pulls it down. He and Trey Mann in the backcourt with that guy, Tyron Appleby, in the corner. Mann 3, that's wide open. He missed it. Trey Mann, short.
Florida just searching for that 4-6-0 run. Normally it's triggered by 12 in blue and Trey Mann right now.
Trey Mann, soft touch, gets it to
Arkansas. Probably they're the best in this league, making you defend that baseline spot. They get 4 or 5 cuts a game, scoring cuts from that corner in the SEC this year. Florida on the road at West Virginia in the challenge.
Yeah. Ran over, through the contact, no foul. And Moody, Castleton came out to block it. Mann can't get the.
Yeah, hands up, take away the threes, don't foul. If you switch out high.
Trey Mann, that's off. Rebound, Davis. What's the plan tomorrow, Jimmy? You got more snow coming? You're going to do some more shoveling? You're going to hire a neighborhood kid? You're going to complain about it? What's the game plan?
No. I do my own work. I'm going to show.
Castleton defers to Mann, having a terrific sophomore campaign, and hits the runner. Dane Kusnard, Frank told us, has been battling a little bit of a confidence problem. He said, I've had guys like that before, including Sindarius Thornwell. It turned out a tough break there as the pass from McCreary hit the bottom of the net.
Back-to-back stops for Florida.
And there's a great.
Oh, nice reject the screen by Mann. Well, you get Castleton away from the basket a little bit and you make him defend on the perimeter, move his feet. You can attack him off the bounce. He's less dangerous.
By Bryant. Shot clock under 10. Mann in the lane. Finger rolls it in right onward. This is one of them, Mann. Hannibal got a hand of his face. Shot clock down to 4. Mann misfires. Offense. Mann on a runner. Silky smooth.
I think he brings his A+ game on both sides of the ball.
Mann takes it in. Little university coach at the legendary program in Miami. And Frank Martin said he had never been to a college campus before he went to Gainesville for Lawson. I mean, just ride that horse like it's Secretariat. He is in a zone tonight. Lawson trying to respond. Rims off. Hannibal is there.
Got 3 assists to go along with that.
You know, it was the Andrew Nemhard show the last couple of years. So Trey Mann by Appleby and out of bounds to Florida.
Quick hands by Tyree Appleby. And see, I'm thinking Lawson right here.
Foul drawn that time by Trey Mann. A couple of free throws coming up for the sophomore. 2 possessions here. You don't have to have a 3, and 29 seconds make it 30 can be an eternity in college basketball.
Yeah, you're going to take the best shot available. You're going to.
And there's a turnover. Mann 3.
Difference maker a lot.
Yep.
He was truly a difference maker, and one of my fondest memories of Coach was probably about 20 years ago. They were on the road. I had the game. Well, when he has the ball, Trey Mann, he's going to have to command the battle, not shrink from it. And here we go. Let it fly.
Needs it. Doesn't get it. Made a bunch of them. Boy, has he been really good from the baseline. Sean McNeil knocks down another one. And there you go. Trey Mann about it as Matthews laid it in off the window.
Anytime Florida, I believe, anytime Florida has spread out their defense in this game, they've given up some pretty good look. There's Trey, 6'11", and what was he weigh, Ravi? How'd you look it up?
290.
With the 5 or 6 minutes that he's been on the floor, he's done his job. Late. Where did the ball come from? It came from Castleton, who again, because he has a size advantage, the gold jerseys have to kind of put him in surround sound defense. And Castleton with the again, good, hard, physical, determined drive. A huge play. That's that extra strength that he's put on over the last year, and now he goes to the free throw line.
He's not just a scorer down there, but they can play through him to facilitate what they like to run.
Step back 3 on the way, knocked down by today. You know, last year's team, the culture of Florida basketball was not great. It is much improved, and that starts with Mann. That would have been their 4th in 5 years.
Well, in talking to him today, you can tell how much he really likes this team. He loves their ability and balance. He likes their shots.
6 of them per game. One of the tops in the Southeastern Conference as well. This team doing a lot of things right. Trey Mann, again, he's putting a focus on illegal screens in college basketball. We still see a multitude of illegal screens from sometimes guys just look like they've never. Mann, step back. That's a 3. Held the conference net of the Southeastern Conference.
Absolutely, and I am really excited about that Florida-West Virginia game.
Second opinion in seconds and have it all delivered free. Download today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Time now for tonight. Used to be known as the O'Connell Center, now the Exact Tech Arena. It's just a different deal. Home court advantage is not nearly what it normally. I wonder how that's going to factor in the overall equation this year.
Well,
a lot more teams have a lot more road wins.
Yeah, the Power 5 teams or Power 6 are
the old face fake, and then I got a phone number way downtown. Whoa. And that one will go far away. Tom Crean said he hadn't met any of the grad transfers. Feed inside, and Osai Osifo with the bucket.
I like Osifo. He just plays around the rim. Look at him sprinting back. He's just an active guy in Castle.
And that one rejected by DeRuggi. And here come the Gators. Appleby to the corner, and Mann.
Tells me that he's put a lot of work in on his game. Talking about Appleby.
Appleby again whips it to the corner.
Just I can't describe it, but I know it when I see it.
This is what I'm here for. I am
Kid Osifo.
And that one will go. Florida continues the offensive roll, now up by 6. Safety.
First.
Mann kick out from deep. And Mann couldn't get it to go. Yeah, there's a turnover.
Fun to watch.
Now, Mike White told me that one of the things after Keontae Johnson went down, normally most weeks when they're out 3 of their top players, 3 from the corner makes it a 14-point game.
I would argue best win of the year. When you go to came right out. Right from the get-go. Struggled a little bit towards the end of the first half with the zone, but right here, man. Look at this, he just gets to his spot, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Saliendo a velocidad, aquí tenemos a los 5 abridores, sobre todo Trey Mann, el orquestador del equipo de los Gators, se mete y consigue los... Intentaba hacer la jugada personal, pero no se pudo. Qué buen engaño. Y consigue el 3 años ya completos en esta universidad y clasificado en los últimos años también al torneo nacional de los 64. Hasta el otro lado. Mucha rotación, no encuentran pintura. Reloj de jugada en el 11. Loki. Y le cambié el nombre. Es Joe Fulkerson el que la había anotado.
Es importante para que haya una efectividad en cuanto a la ofensiva.
Muy bien el rebote Trey Mann, porque no fue tapón. Algo hizo él o no hizo. Trey Mann, el de Gainesville, Florida, muy cerca de donde está su universidad.
Bien.
Lo dejaron pasar.
Sí.
Inocente esa pérdida de balón de los voluntarios.
Florida.
And Virginia Tech in that conference, Beth, is they both defend. And they're old, both those teams, but they get after you on the defensive end.
Another high ball screen. Mann will go off the bounce. For Castleton down low. He's got 3 rejections here in the first half. And one.
Then Gonzaga is they defend consistently.
Chance here for Florida, good if it goes. And Mississippi SEC in league games.
You can get healthy quickly with that transfer market. Of course, they're about to change the rule where guys can transfer one time.
State will take a shot at them next Saturday in Tuscaloosa. But the Crimson Tide off to a terrific start.
Got my stuff for the next Texas Tech promo.
They may end up being the story. There you go. Better chance of going undefeated, I would have to.
Because I am typically a big believer. Look, we play the games to determine who's better. And I won't argue with the man. But
our best wishes going out to Frank Martin and his staff at South Carolina. A second positive COVID test for the head coach. He will not trouble, and it really has not been a factor at all today. Minus 19.
Happen a lot, and it is not a good feeling. But that kid has battled. He really has. He has battled inside, and it's
in the last 7 minutes.
It.
Well, this is going to be a real handful for opponents around the league if Smith and Adu can continue to.
You know, it's worth repeating. I mean, look, Mississippi State, they've won 2 league games on the road. And you know, they're 2 long.
10 seconds. Mississippi State's got to care for it and make some free throws here. Johnson hits the first. Both sides are in the double bone.
But this is a very active defensive team.
And that's what they're doing now to start this game. They're second in the SEC in points allowed per game and field goal percentage, and they force Florida to.
Will even up the pace a little bit. They like to get up and down. They don't score as well in the half-court sets. But Florida, without the depth, we'll see if they pull it back just a little.
That every position is up for grabs. Payne finds Mann. Hangs. Too strong. If the Rowdy Reptiles were there. There is no home court advantage in the SEC this year. It is dead even. 50% of the road teams have won. And turned over. Here's Mann. No whistle on that one. Mike White is. Schuler's got a dozen. He had 9 combined in the 2 games last week. So most he scored at
both ends of the floor. Defensively, he's one of the best we have in this league. He can guard probably 1 through 5 because he's athletic, and you said he can block shots to the rim. But he's.
Foul on Ole Miss. Gators shooting the rest of the way. Came in at 72% as a team. Getting outscored by 2 on Noah Locke. First shot Locke. 15th foul on Florida. Pardon me, their 4th. He recovers. Here's White. He was surprised by DeRugi's presence, and that's going to be a whistle on number 4, Florida.
Would have said, I don't really shoot anything but threes.
Right.
I catch from a long ways away. That's not even close.
Why would my feet be anywhere near the line?
Pass. Back and forth action. SEC play in Gainesville, Florida, as the 15-footer doesn't go. Gators led 10-5. Kentucky has come back, but Trey Mann comes up short and good box out by the Gators.
Sure, terrific box out by Omar Payne.
And then a step back by Mann.
Florida Gators, he's got to make a decision. Either go get a shot or create an opportunity for someone else.
5 to shoot. Mann off the drive. Excellent defense.
Absolutely pushing tempo, getting the team in offense, and really working hard on the defensive end. That's a tough matchup, Trey Mann.
Fires the three. Another missed three on Boston. Here's DeRougie. Mann knifing his way to the basket.
Very good floor game for Boston as well, rebounding the basketball and also a few assists.
Trey Mann tries a three. Taken ahead of the guy that scores 116.
I don't know.
What was your best day in college?
I was in the 40s.
Math teacher at Romulus High School before he took over. Was a college coach, Buffalo, then was outstanding, and he brings that mentality with him to Alabama.
Number 80 this year. Both teams shoot at Rowdy within about the first 14, 15 seconds of the shot clock. So your first 2 or 3 defensive passes must be really good.
Trey Mann knocks.
No talk, no point, and it's frustrating calling Castleton, I can tell you that.
Trey Mann, he lost it on the way up. No foul by 21. Come back, Harry Blackshear and company. Andrew Nevhart, who's now out in Gonzaga, 104-98. So they get him right where they want him, down just 8. I mean, this is a piece of... Scotty Lewis on the bench with 4 fouls. Noah Locke out of the game. Trey Mann steps back. Tough shot, and he buries it. That's a...
Petty is all about the right things. And when a coach tells me that, that's all I need to know. Like, the guy shows up every day caring about Alabama winning games. That's all he cares about. That last drive by Quez Glover, that's one of the challenges he has at 5'9", is he can take the ball to the rim, but finishing has been a struggle for him.
Another 3, that time.
And all that tonight without their second leading scorer, Javon Quinterly.
For the Gators when it comes to defending Alabama offensively.
Nope. And Tennessee had no answer either.
Wilford missed a 3. Alabama with a win tonight will win their first game at home against Florida since 06. That's back when Florida was busy winning national championships. Their first 3-0.
Castleton, a couple of fouls for the Florida Gators. These are the 5 on the floor on each side. What's been
will hit. I mean, one of the things about him in terms of getting his shot off, and Mike White from Florida defensively was very concerned about that, making sure that they get to him.
Oh, aggressive.
Really looked at him to get on the blocks and post him up as of yet.
Block up top, man. Catch, release. Off target.
I asked him that question. You know, you have a freshman who's taken 37% of their offense ends up in his hands shooting the basketball. Or other guys get annoyed with that. Nice little drive to the right side of the
in a way, no. Castleton the board. There seems to be new vigor to the offensive possessions for Florida.
Yeah, a little. It's more sporadic too in terms of the opportunity. Season Florida number 4, LSU number 3 in the SEC polls.
Wide open. A little flat for Trey Mann. One line, by the way, for Castleton. He has not taken a 3 yet for the Gators, but Mike White said this week, eventually, that's part of the plan. He can take it and make 3s. And so could
freshman, no less, who can come up and shoot the jumper.
Thomas now with 17 to lead LSU. Given the 3. Take and make on high. Not there. Back tip by Payne. Locke beat Lewis. He's been quiet offensively.
Yeah, you want to go easy here. Good time. Nice cut to the basket.
All fed on the bound.
A little bit of a forced, quick effort.
Man. Pass Watford. Floater off to Rouge.
Out of your offensive rhythm, but a good second chance here to take some time off the clock to get a good shot.
And twisting Jay. What a...
And boy, I'll tell you, at the beginning of that shot, it looked as if there was a little space, but then he rolled on top of that line as the right foot came over.
Man from deep. That is well.
Guys were really getting it, understanding what they wanted to do, the pace they wanted to play with, the conditioning was getting there, and then the COVID pause hit, and then the horrific situation with Keontae hit, and this.
Pullback. Block for DeRuggi.
Played really well, just on both ends of the court, particularly on the defensive end. A couple big blocks. That's something, again, they do really well.
To announce this week that he will be calling the game from home after a positive test. Certainly wish Kirk speedy recovery and hope to see him back.
To detail that we had, particularly in that Boston College game, they played really good in that game. 30 minutes, and they beat up a really good BC team, or a talented BC team, more so than many people think.
It's available here for Florida. Castleton sets the screen. Mann won't go. Another opportunity. And that is his third personal here early in the second half. Now he's sagging off his man, Trey Mann, with the pass to no one in particular. It's Scotty Lewis with it. Trey Mann crossed up, Pippen for the pull-up, and
Coolidge.
I think it was 1 and 5 was Coolidge. 1 and 6 is boy, who's pre-Woodrow Wilson?
Become permanently a one-time transfer with no waiver required.
You got name, image, and likeness legislation now on Capitol Hill. No changes.
Basically, they're the nation's 4th tallest teams. They've got 2 players 7 foot or better. Ingom comes off the bench, and the 6'11" Quincy Ballard as well.
Said a moment ago, Sam, a lot of those types of streaks have to do with being well coached and having good players. And
Appleby with the block.
Had that. So has Butler.
That game against Stetson, though, they absolutely dominated. They led by as many as 47 points at one time. Turnovers are the 7-2 star from Senegal. This could be the last possession of the first half. And that's what they did.
They deserved it. This was one of the teams last year that I felt really bad for, that the tournament was canceled, and felt bad for a guy like Leonard Hall in the basket. Scotty Lewis found a bit of a rhythm at the end of the half, but without Keontae Johnson's 19 points a game, they got to find somebody else.
State's last baskets have been dunks. Lewis already with Barnes already with a career high. And the Gators trying to end this scoring drought. Trey Mann will take it in and finish. Support for Coach Hamilton, and the rest is history. So Coach Hamilton said he and Jimmy V were lifelong friends until cancer so cruelly took the life of
each other, where they're going to cut, how they're going to play. Preparing for a team that plays that way is a real pain in the rear end.
Mann with the 3.
Who took and made big shots at the end of games. MJ Walker, we've talked about Scotty Barnes and what he did in overtime. MJ Walker hit 2 big threes at the end of regulation.
Ingom with his second bucket. Forrest signed that 2-way contract with the Jazz. Florida State failing to convert in its half-court offense.
What a finish.
And then Walker one-ups on the other end. Fantastic highlights. Barnes on the drive, misses, and Florida a chance to chip into this Florida State lead, which is 15. Lewis has had a career day today, and he's now 9 of 9 from the free throw line today. .23 of 30, and it is. The lead is 12, under 30 seconds to play, and we'll be heading up to Boston College for the Syracuse-Boston.
And since then, he's been part of a couple of rebuilding situations. Is that the case at Stetson as well? When he took the job, they had 20 consecutive losing. Spinning reverse layup. Mann with a nifty move as he continues to pace the Gators.
Defense.
There's 6 minutes to go in the opening half. 16-point lead for the Gators, trying to make it 3-0 on the season. Of his game yet there, he averaged just under 9 points a game last year as a freshman. He's one of those guys, again, he could put a donut up on the
underneath and then
I think it went underneath the net.
So he scored it twice?
Colin Castleton, no, you don't get points for that. You want to move the...
rotating. And then at the last minute, I don't know if that was supposed to be Glover sliding down to at least get in front of...
Mike likes the depth on this team. Got 4 transfers among the returning starters and freshmen.
Certainly.
I have the answer. 17.
Wow.
Not bad for a guy 6'1".
I had one ball. And Noah Locke has been depending on his teammates getting the ball. Credit him for finding an open space right there, hustling, sprinting up the floor.
In college at Jim Christian as they got James Karnick ready to play as he has finally gotten his waiver approved. They get the bucket inside, and there's your guy for Makai Ashton Langford. Boston College up by 2 in the early going, and here is Mann. High off the glass that time, and it's pulled down by Noah Locke. Here's Mann now. He gets fouled and one. That is a rivalry game. Xavier and Cincinnati. Those schools is 3 miles apart. And then at 5 Eastern, Kentucky against Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
He's seeking it out with confidence, and usually they kind of go hand in hand.
Mann inside spinning, right hand good.
6'3" in high school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, look, you stood by me. Now I did break 3 vertebrae in my back, so I'm sure it's, you know.
Mann with the triple.
Defense. And Castleton's a good kid, shoots it well, spaces it well, and is actually more physical than you realize, particularly the time he spent in the Big Ten.
Too easy. There were fouls on plays that there weren't.
I go back to something I said before too, and I think these officials are not given enough credit.
Absolutely. Got a really good women's basketball game tomorrow as DePaul and Louisville will get to 11.
Yeah, there's miscommunication defensively, and then there's just not being sure what we're doing in certain situations, and I think that's what we've seen. Sometimes it's not communicated.
Tucker Blackwell hits the free throws, the lead back to 10. Mann into the paint, he lets it way short.
The issue, basketball purists are loving that.
The assist to Jared Cross, and a 3 to answer from Mann. Mann had space. He was surprised for a second. Army playing with both starting bigs back in the game. Peterson and King, each with 2 fouls. King.
I just doubt Florida fans are as patient as I am.
Mann. And Mann with a long reach tips in his own miss. Keontae Johnson. Mann, step back. He got it. No answer from Mann. 15 for 3. The Gators just 2 for 8 from deep. There's Trey Mann with a team high 9, and Mann rolls it in, making his first start. Mann passed up an open 3. He scores, put them back at level ground. Mann driving on Caldwell. Mann steps in, scoops, missed it.
To a jump stop and pivot, and then see what he does. Because you are committed to putting up a bad shot at that point at the rim.
Mann, a 1-foot.
Springer, that 3 is no good. Not necessarily his shot. There you go. Castleton underneath for the dunk. Go, and he thought about getting it back, but he wasn't ready for it. Mann bounces to DeRuggi, who's strong enough to get enough responsibility for those actions. Mann resents it, playing catch, and Trey Mann finds Sampson. Usually likes to take that 3 instead he took it. Mann can go up in the middle of traffic and come down with that ball. Trey Mann, another rebound. And Noah Locke for him, that's a layup. Wide open. Much of a factor is it? We know it's really hard to win the 4 in 4 days. Vanderbilt played late last night, like you did, and here they are. They look a little tired this morning.
Yeah, they do. You know,
an aggressive take.
Yeah.
Nope, too strong though.
Good take though.
It was, and here goes Mann the other way. He'll find Appleby.
Hey, bending as a defender, mentally and physically.
You see, Missouri's not a one-on-one team. They've got to move the ball. They've got to be in it together, shift sides of the floor. I mean, they've taken a couple of bad, right foot, left foot, right foot, wrong foot. He has every shot in his bag.
Castleton.
There are 3 white jerseys around Mitchell Smith when he gathers that rebound.
And no box out. They're all surrounding him. Nobody put a body on him. 8-point lead for Mizzou. And a timeout by Mike White and the Gators.
Kept him going momentarily. Hopefully he'll be able to return.
Inside Castleton all alone, and we're tied again.
Did a nice job.
Important as any analytic number you can put on a kid or on a player.
Good hustle from behind. It leads to an alley-oop by Anthony DeRuggi.
Clicking so far from forward in this first half, man. 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. Just getting anything they want. That's just a lack of everything. And maybe the nation thinks when Missouri's a top 25 team, and right now they're sitting there as a 6 seed. And LSU is they frustrate me. I know they frustrate their head coach.
We've seen a lot of perimeter scoring from Florida. Coach Crean was really worried about their ability to pound, to ball screen and drive and get the ball into the paint. Although found me in the post and you called me out for the ball screen so you could shoot a 3, and he looked at me cool and as ever, and he goes, "If you were me, would you throw you the ball?" And right now, Paul, they can't settle for one. They're not hitting their 3, so you can't settle for one pass in the 3. You want to get paint touches, get the ball to the lane.
It's overtime win. He had 19 in that game. Off to a good start. It's 4-0.
Completely different ball team when Smith is on the floor for the Razorbacks. And
top floor for the rebound is Scotty Lewis. Into the corner, 3 on the way, knocked down. Alley-oop pass.
Mike, South Carolina missed 20 shots in the first half, and they offensive rebounded only 5 of them. So they got to do a better job getting on the boards to get some easy buckets.
University Coliseum and a Florida starting 5 as they move the ball around the outside. Payne, Castleton, Trey Mann. The alley-oop to start. Noah Locke and Tyree Apple.
Good rate.
Mann again. He's got Culver on him. He drives, dishes to Payne for the flush.
Yeah, we haven't had a Ravi in Big 12 games only. West Virginia, the best three-point shooting club out of the Big 12 at 42%. They can really shoot the ball well.
Years old. So Billy and his Hall of Fame resume and his Hall of Fame career with his name on the court at Florida is just absolutely remarkable. Because I remember where he came from.
Transferred. He's one of the top shot blockers in the SEC. And he's had a couple of just ridiculous games where he...
Well, John Shambi, Dan Dakich, delighted you could be with us on this Saturday afternoon. Manhandling here, feed inside, and to get the...
If you care more about low taxes than tall buildings, if quality of life feels like an oxymoron, if home is the most important word in work-from-home policy.
Florida to figure out where they'll help from. Look under the back. You got Castleton. He's late. You got Trey Mann. He doesn't get involved. You're asking the post.
It's almost like an optical illusion, right? Where the contact with the body as the hands are up and extended, not... Florida on a 13-3 run to begin the second half, and Colin Castleton.
Penetración y doble tapón. Desde donde vino Alex Lasky para taparla. Este es Wes Glover y 2 puntitos
largas en el baloncesto colegial. A mí no me gusta mucho la idea de que sea un reloj tan extenso. Yo creo que debería de ser ya como la NBA de 24. ¡Qué buena jugada!
De acuerdo. Muy corto ese tiro, el rebote que ya tiene Mann. Tiene Appleby, claro, de 3, solito. Reaccionó muy tarde ya el equipo de los Gators. Aguantar Rick Barnes.
No, va a pedir un tiempo fuera, a tratar de solucionar las cosas o a cortarle el ritmo al otro equipo, ¿no?
De 3 puntos. Y no me digas que entró en...
A pull up from 15. Imperative today for Florida to get on the glass and get the easy opportunities like that. State. Trying to break it down off the bounce and another 6. Castleton. We're going to count that. Combining for 30 points, the two bigs in the starting lineup tonight. Just when you thought the Zags couldn't get Tolu Smith, both bigs could walk out of here with double-doubles.
I'll tell you why this is huge. And what it represents is
Dury was supposed to be involved. The schedule in flux.
Vandy's at Tennessee this Saturday. Wow, good pass.
It's a high percentage look. Schuler hits the jumper.
Well, Schuler's got a different bounce tonight. You mentioned he'd only had 9 points in the last 2 games. He is trying to get him his 4th personal foul.
He's got 3. Luis Rodriguez has 3. Working on Resensive and Buffett on.
Got him. Good set inbound, and Castleton is there to throw it down. Freshman guard out of Sacramento has 5 points, couple of assists.
That's what Noah Locke does. Catch and shoot player. Terrific setup by
the bottom of the net. And a steal here from Mann. Good read, Trey Mann. And that's a 5-point. Gators 3 of 4 from behind the line. Mann penetrates, throws the alley-oop. Nice hands and a good catch by
in the second half against LSU.
To start it. DeRuggi will launch 3 and he'll knock it down. So Castleton will. Good pass. Ooh, he waited to go up. He had a dunk, but Castleton lays it. It's about 8 of them going in there.
Yes, it is.
Trey Mann worked his way into the paint. Appleby, Petty in his face. That's a 3. And just like one of our 3 or 4 outstanding performance for Alabama individually this year. Wide open 3. Bottom of
Florida holding the ball a little bit here. Mann snaps it to Ruggi, just inside the line.
Pull out of the SEC basement where they have
is the record for an SEC tournament, so he's 2/3 of the way there. Mann.
That would be their lowest ever in the Ken Palm era if that number continues.
Here's Mann, and again, that time it was the hands of Johnson, and then quickly Pawns picked up Trey Mann. Boy, that's lazy. It's an alley-oop. As Mann dribbled it right out of bounds, and Doug Shaw for sure.
Yep. Gonzaga, you're up next. Can you pull it off?
Uh-oh. They go for the perfect season. Pippen eyed it, tried.
Gators out to an early 5-0 lead. Mann guarded by Drew Smith, the SEC's leading steals man.
Coach Moss has done a great job with that young group and not having all the pieces that he thought he might have. A couple of times Isaiah Joe was coming back, then he wasn't.
Mann tries to squeeze it into Castleton. That's a force. Missouri on another call.
Yeah, he'll be able to manage some of his teammates' money, I think.
Yeah. He has been such a find for them.
Trying to return the favor at Rupp. Mann, quick dribble, in some traffic. They threw another one away.
I remember being at Kapalua, the Mercedes Championship, when he was so young, and he would be at the gym at all hours. And you realized the gym at that point was small now because look at how ripped he is.
Yeah, you know, for as many strides as Scotty Lewis has gone forward in this game, one guy.
The ball is the most important thing on the floor. In transition, you have to pick up the ball and stop the ball. Nobody from Florida stopped the ball. Layup for Wheeler.
Is 18. Georgia got it down to 12, but just couldn't get any closer than that.
Georgia put up the defense, trying to trap, trying to get some things. Those are tough.
And that's a late.
I will say this: the winner of this game tonight, I think, is going to be one of those 4 teams when we get to Nashville that gets to sit out for a couple days and watch, and it is a huge advantage.
One of those things that when you don't send them, he misses them. That's the impact you've had on his life. And for Jimmy, I want to say thank you so much for joining us as we watch this game.
Their balance, Arkansas has as good of balance in their roster as anyone in this league. Different guys do different deals.
Clear out match.
Cross-court pass up a 3. Gators down 7. Mann coughed it up to Lawson. Lawson on
over to reject it off the glass. And then their conversion from D to O. Up.
Great hustle. We've now seen the ball go through the bucket a handful of times.
And we've seen him score on 3 different Florida defenders. So McNeil shoots it from the spot that he catches it in. That's Florida's fault. You have got to make him bounce that ball into a hard shot.
Every play, he's got 13 points and a balanced scoring effort by Florida. And in the 20 minutes that he has played, Mike, he has not turned the ball over.
Look at today's big lineup.
I'm getting a Poirier fight. I think Poirier is going to fight.
Able to hit that one out of bounds, knocked out by Ty Fagan. Colin Castleton, who missed their last game with an ankle injury.
You do have to redo it, and you have to figure out, all right, who can step up? Everybody says they want to. All right, who's good enough? one thing about Trey Mann.
Y se rehusó a entrar el balón. Appleby en la salida. Controla Trey Mann. Personal.
Estiró muy bien el brazo y lo puso ahí.
Pese a las molestias que ha de tener en el abdomen. Ahí está, a veces tirarse un poco. En el primer medio estuvo fuera un buen rato. Parecía un problema en la pierna, pero a final de cuentas fue en el abdomen.
Mann looking for Castleton. Pass. No, the pass out of bounds after he got
the AP's top 25 for whatever that's worth. And I said, Alabama's better than them. They're better than them. They're definitely better than them. I know they're better than them.
And Baylor is a point down to Texas Tech right now in the second half over on ESPN.
You know, I said early in the year, Beth, that I thought by the end of the season, Tech.
Another block, his third of the game.
Well, he's got great length inside.
Offensive foul will go against Trey Mann.
Big injury, and what a weapon he is now for John Calipari.
Great defense by Askew.
Picks the pocket, gives it up.
His man for an easy reverse layup.
The lead has ballooned to 12. Kentucky so active on both ends of the floor, forcing yet another turnover. 7 to shoot, and again, strong defense.
Kentucky's one of the leading shot blocking teams in the country, and they displayed that on this possession.
Florida's in a 3-2 zone alignment, and on one pass, they give up a wide open three.
There's another turnover a little bit in this game against Alabama as Mann got tied up through a defense by John Pitt.
The chip needs to become a rock or a boulder.
Because if he gets to the free throw line and you foul him, he's terrific at just under 90%.
Appleby, tip pass looking for Lewis. Medical incident, collapsed December the 12th, got released from the hospital on his mom's birthday, and the preseason player of the year in the league is cheering on his teammates as Mann takes a tough looking one-handed snare for Payne.
Well defended too, because Walker got himself going to his right, his strong side. It's going to go the other way with Mann, who had 6 turns.
Force a tough shot. Colin Castleton, the 6'11" transfer from Michigan with the rebound. Mann, Lewis, and Locke are the guys they will look to as
handle in changing defenses.
Pippen's transition 3 won't go, but he picks off the outlet pass.
Finish at the rim. We saw Melora Brown catch one and get to the rim and lay it in. They've done a good job of not allowing Florida to have that good help defense affect the game.
Transfer from Cleveland State, and you know, Dallin, when you're transferring up to a Power 5 school, Power 6 season.
This SEC this year, Beth, is interesting because so many teams didn't play a really hard schedule. Kentucky really did. That's a good charge call right there. Trey Mann, you see Mike White say, Trey, go touch the ball, because now he goes from a potential dead ball turnover to a...
Missed it. And then is able to take it away from Mann.
Against Indiana, I know he's a little happier to get a good start today. A three-pointer, another three-pointer for Florida State. They have made 7 in this game. We've had some audio and visual problems in this.
And he's just so long and tall and a really good finisher.
Barnes has a career-high 17 points today. He's also got 5 assists.
Trying to alter his stat. Leave it to Pat Bradley to bring radical ideas to the table here in 2020.
The trend, but you encourage that pass, Mike, because you want to encourage guys to run the floor, get a rebound, steal, look up the floor.
Because one of the things that Danny Hurley liked to do during their time in the American Conference is they put a picture of the American Conference.
Knights have not trailed in this game. Led by double figures at a couple of different points.
That's a bad pass from Mann, taken away by Grayson. Mann nowhere to go, and he throws it into the Army bench. All right, here's the third foul, and Florida can cut this to a one-possession lead. Castleton working underneath, and a bad pass by Mann, couldn't handle it, but then a steal by...
And Pinky brings the Black Knights within one.
Well, you know, you take your big away from the basket, he's not really going to move off his line, and now sloppy play.
Denny wasn't. He's done a fantastic job with his personnel. I like watching Arkansas play, but I really enjoy Alabama. Well, I like stretch fours and hybrid fours that can shoot it and can open up the floor and allow big guys.
Sí, un equipo de...
Ahora haciendo la velocidad, tratando de hacerlo, Josiah Jordan James. Por abajo, no le bloquearon.
Consecutive start tonight for Skylar Mays. Mays slides through. He's missed 3 in a row.
Hart lazy there, didn't go and get it. And a run out for the Dogs. Blocked at the rim by Trey Mann.
1-2. That's a made basket against anyone else in this league other than E. Pons.
Springer, wide open 3.
Coming into today, Tennessee right behind him, number 4. You're seeing it on display. Tennessee a little more physical in how they go about it.
And Kevin's point's well taken, not just about their conference tournaments, but how that works with regards to the NCAA tournament. Vescovi, hands were high when he got it. He was young. By practicing, observing his mom, you could see his emphasis on leg strength and his ability to jump certainly helps him when it comes to defenses.
To your point about Trey Mann, Tennessee, though, has consistently, Ravi, put Trey Mann in a crowd in this game. And the Vol Nation starting to make some noise in Smashville.
They put up that Heisman pose again just when it felt like
their presence on the floor. I talked about it earlier. There's a lot of rivalry between these two proud programs in the
game. And an easy break. Pons wants the alley-oop. Instead, he gets a bounce pass. He was looking.
State champion in high jump and triple jump is Derucci.
Here by Jordan Wright. Quentin Malora-Brown also into the game for Vanderbilt, setting that high screen. Corner the 3.
And they need, Florida does, to have Derucci firing on all cylinders as an athlete. And he game continues to be a lack of a closer for Kentucky this year. Regardless of that, Ben Howland, his guys advance on. Kentucky gets on a blue bus and heads home. Saw the weakness in his voice and his body, and he got stronger and stronger. And have COVID twice to fight through it.
A man amongst college students. The flush to Derucci. And we'll be back for the SEC tournament.
More general, he says, you know, the attitude is just, it's a whole different kid. And sometimes we do forget just how young a player he was at corner 3.
Six lead Carolina, but I would keep your eye on Arkansas on the women's side. To me, they're always interesting because of the way they can score.
Shot clock at 1, desperate.
It's their whole part, right? They're not going to be good individually, and when they play together, they are much tougher to defend. When they're connected on the defense, their offensive options a little bit better here in the second half as well, Mike. They're not so much standing around. They're looking to attack quickly. Get their quick hitters, they go into their pistol action.
Florida with another 3. This one off the mark, cleared off by Mintz, looking to run, and he'll pull up for a triple. Got it. Askew trying to feed it inside. Brooks back out. Mintz, heat check. That John's going to tell him that as we're underway in the second half. Kentucky trying to come up with a season sweep of Florida after winning the first matchup in Gainesville back second half. Again, let's see if they get to the free throw line anymore. That's where they've been making their hay.
Jamal Johnson wide open three. No good.
Has that same mentality, Ravi, because we're almost it's almost March time now. We don't have time anymore for in film session guys making the same kind of just a short, violent cut by Trey Mann on a baseline for the easy two.
Let's try it again. Jamal Johnson, no good. Got a dunk and turn this thing around. Instead, they threw it high off the backboard, led to an easy dunk on the other end by Colin Castleton. And they'll launch threes. They did that a bunch in the first half. Enough, but they'll be playing against each other as soon as we are done here. All Gators tonight. No Sharif Cooper. Missed the entire night.
Getting the first, second, and in that possession, the third look that they wanted. All wide open jump shots. Just could not get any of them to fall. We'll give you the shooting number. Mann turns the corner easily and lays it up and in right at the rim.
Number one thing you got to do in a ball screen defense, pause. You can't let that guy turn the push it to the side or to the corner.
Smart timeout. Under 50 seconds remaining in the opening half. 9 to shoot. Head coach Mann kick outside to Lewis.
Castleton double team. Nice. Has outscored their opponents by 82 points in the paint. And they are off to another one of those starts tonight. 14-6 points in the paint for the Razors to make a play.
The best post scorer in this league.
Gators have got all the way back without Noah Locke, who's defending on this play. He's only got 5 points.
Any way you can take a otherwise sad story and turn it into something positive. Keontae Johnson and this Florida basketball team. Gamecocks up by 4, coming up on 10 minutes to go in the first half. There. Kusnard
here in Morgantown. So fans of the Big 12, you've got to have it. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com/Big 12.
Hiring in August as the athletic director at Duke.
That's right.
I said to Mike, your dad is the only athletic director I've
discussed. A couple of things with Fulkerson. As Johnson drives, kicks to an open Springer. That three is no good. They keep moving. Castleton. Trey Mann, the first two for Florida. That's Harvey's shot, no good.
At the free throw line 15 times. Florida doing a good job, Ravi. Defending without fouling is a huge key when you play Vanderbilt.
Pippen, aggressive take. Yeah. Nope, too strong though. Layup, and you do wonder if that has something to do with just being a little tired. Pull up jump shot. That's a little short. Quinn Buckner team. That was that's happening again in 2021 for sure.
Yep. Gonzaga, you're up next. Don't let him turn the corner. You got him in a short clock at 6.
Upgrading fouls.
Missouri trying to add to the lead. Can't do it. And could. Tapped around, and a point about a bunch of guys on this Missouri team that you're not going to be talking about on draft day necessarily. Drew Smith.
You get medical, dental, vision, and prescriptions all in one plan. Plus a team of doctors for your overall health.
Trying to feed it inside. Brooks back out. Mintz. Heat check. Not this time.
Good pass though. Going opposite. I've got just a crease. Just enough of a crease to get that by Brooks.
The man's got 12. Mintz a quick shot on the other end that won't get it. Gators by a triple. Askew will try to tie it. Air ball. Or maybe hit the front of the rim.
And open, walking into an open three-pointer. I mean, that's just a breakdown.
Stop it. Off the mark. Mann with a rebound. A hurry. And Mintz, tough catch, tough three. And Florida's going to get out of Rupp Arena.
Jamal Johnson wide open three. No good. Devin Cambridge, the offensive glass. Look out.
Big garbage time now. We don't have time anymore for in film session guys making the same mistakes that they were making back in November and December. As up. Trey Mann is playing with joy this year, and he
control the ball, drives really hard with the opposite hand. They keep it alive, and the three comes up short into the game. Out of the game right now, there's a real chance you're going to get a turnover or a bad shot. Freakishly good athlete and a lockdown defender. It just felt like he didn't plateau, but that ascension to the top.
Dig and then on questions that guys have, like Jalen Johnson right now. The digs on Jalen Johnson are real. Why did he bounce around 3 or 4?
That he has crush injuries of both lower legs, a compound fracture, a crush injury when a heavy object puts pressure onto a body. And Cambridge will fire a 2. That's no good.
Auburn now 3 for
sort of on Twitter, because I think you were mad. You didn't want to actually speak to me on the phone, so we just kind of went Twitter convo.
Where it was a dribble handoff into a ball screen. Man, that is very, very difficult to defend. Hard to guard that action. I was blown
back and forth, physical. They let him play. And you look at the recruiting classes, too, coming. Juwan Howard's building.
You got to do in a ball screen defense. Pause. You can't let that guy turn the corner. The big's got to show flat. He's got to show high.
Is that real, Joe? Is that really a Gator?
He looks comfortable.
This family roots, and here it comes. They'll get it together over liver pudding, catfish stew on the Edisto River, 7 Eastern, 6 Central.
High screen from Vanover. And Arkansas's first miss. Smith can't get that to go. Arkansas started 5 of 7 as a coach.
And tell your guys, listen, we can't text each other on defense. We have to talk. And you listen to Arkansas on the defensive end, you can do things that NBA scouts will look for. He showed to me in a 20-minute.
Hey. Pass. Good catch by Moody, but he couldn't. 8 on the shot clock. Ball fake from Moody, and then a high arcer over Castleton. Can't get it to go. Elbow gave way and didn't lock on him, and he's okay. See James Booknut coming back for Connecticut tonight. It was an elbow injury. Not.
Trey Mann has only been held to single figures 7 times all year. Boy, as a screener, and then they kind of snuck him way in the far corner, and he slid up for the slot 3.
Springer deep in the paint. Keon Johnson will take a break. Mann,
and different coverages on the ball screen. Keep him guessing a little bit if you can.
Yeah, you feed any good player straight fastballs, they'll end up hitting you out of the yard.
Control this ball game off the bounce.
Locke may have deflected that one.
Much more aggressive off the bounce in the second half than he was the first.
Pippen aggressive.
But you don't even put that thought in their mind. You know what I'm saying?
But you as a coach, you see it and you say, I can see we're a little tired.
Yeah, I think it shows.
Like Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus on select unlimited plans, and Discovery Plus on us. You even get one of our best 5G phones on us.
Those are the obvious favorites. As I'm looking for that third team, so I look at Tennessee. I love the defense. I don't know where. It's a great look. You know, to my point about a bunch of guys on this Missouri team that you're not going to be talking about on draft day necessarily. Things for Missouri and what was otherwise a really good spot to be in. You stop the clock. You foul out, you're tough.
You know, I know you think that Sharif should come back. He used, look, if you're a first-round pick, you got to go. But if not, he won to 27.
Yeah, when you talk to Coach Creighton, it's they got to keep the ball out of the paint, but they got to defensively and got the turnover. That's
Boy, that was a perfect,
That's the pass, Paul, that.
Florida led by as many as 18. Georgia's got it down to just a dozen with 2:15 remaining in the opening half. Behind because it's going to send Trey Mann to the free throw line. Now 9 team fouls against Georgia.
And that's when
and Derucci will go to the free throw line, shooting 1-1. There's Mike White, 3 straight NCAA tournament appearances, and they would.
Thank you for joining us as we watch this game unfold. I hope that Arkansas, for his sake and your sake, has great success this year, and you keep those notes coming.
Bryant to 10 on the shot clock. Into traffic. Heavy traffic.
And again, this zone. The zone has been a big part of them being able to make this run.
Lawson, boy, Carolina needed. On the drive, no. Woods somehow snuck
over here all by himself.
Woods, look, it's saving his best for his junior season.
4 times in we'll make this 5 out of 7 SEC games. He's been over 20 points, Mike, and I love watching.
That's what Bill Russell used to say, right? When I block a shot, I don't want to just block it out of bounds. I want to set up transition.
As mentioned, just south of 17 points a game in the last 4. He's got dynamic scoring ability, and he's got good job of multiple action, layers in their screening actions.
That's a nice move.
Mike White does in transition, but conceptually it's outstanding because you just run hard and you run the lane hard every time.
That's been done here in the last 10 seconds. They should win all 5 of those games. That's my synopsis on their schedule.
Fulkerson. Payne. Santiago. Santi. El mismo.
Qué bien.
And then uses that length to get that shot up over the top.
Of course, the Bigs have been playing pretty well up at Michigan, where the floor at once. Although they have their smaller guard-oriented lineup out there right now. Castleton with another.
And they're playing a one-on-one, which you would expect with the size that Mississippi State has. And Castleton taking on the challenge.
Good help defense to bother the shot. And here comes State the other way. And Molinar had it taken away. Iverson Molinar. Let's see if he tries to assert himself a bit more after a quiet first half.
Allen yesterday, and of course we started the conversation with Molinar and Stewart, and he said, hold on now. You guys need to know about this guy too.
Florida without Scotty Lewis in this one, and Ole Miss, as we mentioned, points of the night. Defensive shortcomings. Schuler puts it on the floor. Hangs and hits, and it'll go to the line. The follow over on ESPN, interviews with coaches and players, 9 Eastern, 8 Central on the SEC Network and the app. Kentucky warming up as we. This one, is that what you're saying? Yeah, maybe so. Joyner got caught in a spin cycle, commits his second. Nice touch from the line of pressure.
Shy, is he? Rezenza? Hard cover, 4 in black. Big Stackhouse had a 1-3-1 back to a 2-3 on the last possession. Guy just goes straight man-to-man, continuing to change his defense as Rav.
And in that ball screen defense in the middle of the floor, you're going to see Jeremiah Tillman play more of a gap. Stay in the middle, and Trey Mann's going to have opportunity.
To Nashville, Tennessee for another SEC tournament.
By 10. And Florida back in front with a half to go in the half. Boston on the inside, turns.
He's a 40% career three-point shooter.
That's his 45th of the year. Here's Boston on the other end, rattle one out, and inside. Third tie of the game. And Castleton threw it away.
Yep, waited too late.
Mintz, nice
See if he can light it up from three. He's a good shooter. Instead, JT4 able to rattle one. Interesting conversation sort of on Twitter, because I think you were mad. You didn't want to actually speak to me on the phone, so we just kind of went Twitter convo. Philosophies, a lot of threes, tough defense. See Nate and Musselman walking down the
dangerous ball club.
Georgia undersized, really spreading the floor, looking for a place to.
Georgia doing a great job on the offensive glass. That was a big concern for Coach White when we talked about it this morning. He got stronger. He obviously worked on his game, worked on his shot, and now he's playing a lot of minutes. Lo and behold, Paul, he gets that deep. He's usually very effective.
Well, it's something about players that are left-handed. Manu Ginobili went to the left for 18 straight years of the iron so far on the afternoon. Georgia just 3 of 17 from outside the arc, and they have had some really good looks.
In this game today, Appleby's had a nice floor game. Maybe hasn't scored as much as he would like or any player would like, but I think he's played very
mismatch too. Moody has Castleton on him. They don't see that. There's the shot, and
probably today I would tell him his dad would be very proud of the defense they put up.
Yeah, former high school player of the year at Fort Smith Northside last year. A guy that you never have to worry about his effort.
A clear out match.
Cross-court pass stolen by Couisnard. Couisnard on a leaner and 3 for Florida. Lawson 1-on-3.
And now 1-on-1 with Payne until the double comes over. And there's a turnover.
You're okay. Play through it.
Osifu on Culver. Lane open. And a late. Taz Sherman, a very good shooter. Emmett Matthews can get it going as well. There's Culver, offensive glass. Castleton.
The ball never surprises his feet on the offensive end. It doesn't surprise his feet on the defensive end either, because he's taking on a fast guard right here. Look at Culver just.
Right now, 2 of them are in the final minute, and they are 1-point games, and we are tied here. Jimmy Dykes, Carl Ravitch, 7:24 to go, 70-70.
I like that. I like a guy that comes out there fired up. He's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Gets it inside.
Well, I like stretch fours and hybrid fours that can shoot it and can open up the floor and allow big guys.
Timeout on the floor. Gators 64. Commodores 47.
You know, they do it without getting in foul trouble. They do a great job with their length at the rim.
Length, athleticism, that was. It's not always easy to play in your hometown. Mike White.
For Florida.
Gran pase, pero no lo dejaron maniobrar hasta el final. Otro rebote y le sacaron el balón. Keon. Doug Pittsburgh a continuación en inglés acá en Estados Unidos.
He's got a bit of an advantage right now because that matchup we talked about, Tolu Smith, has drawn 2 fouls on Anthony DeRozan.
Particularly that pressure in the first half.
Working it down inside, and it is danger time right now for...
I like Alabama. I still think the best team in the SEC is Tennessee because I'm...
Back and lands awkwardly on the left ankle.
Into the rim. Truly a catch and release guy.
Danny, who's the flow favor right now through 10 minutes?
Well, right now,
good defense, Trey Mann. They're going to call it.
Rabbi, Trey Mann has only been held to single figures 7 times all year.
The conversation as they came off the floor.
And guys, after Keontae,
a man amongst college students. The flush to DeRuggi. And we'll be back for the SEC tournament.
Bryant to 10 on the shot clock. Into traffic. Heavy traffic.
And again, this zone. The zone has been a big part of them being able to make this run.
Lawson, boy, Carolina needed
over here all by himself.
Woods. Look, it's
good job of multiple action, layers in their screening actions.
That's a nice move.
Mike White does in transition, but it's conceptually it's outstanding because you just run hard and you run the lane hard every time.
That's been done here in the last 10 seconds. They should win all 5 of those games. That's my synopsis on their schedule.
Screen because Romello White is jumping out, which is what he's doing, try to contain. But then I take it into his body or his knee somewhere. Try to get him his form. Outstanding, and I think we're seeing his skill set tonight. And you get a chance when a guy like this, because he's got great.
Offense and having good patience as well, moving the ball from side to side and sharing the basketball.
Long three by Brooks.
The Gator team, and again, Keontae Johnson back with the team, kind of in a coach's role. You can see him there wearing that white shirt. He's on the bench as we watch him set.
I just wouldn't take the chance. If it was defense going the other way, then I'd really have him at it. Where's the help? Smart again.
Hits the breaks, and puts it up and in. 17 now for Trey. Driving to the rim.
Later, an offensive foul called. And Army, which has never trailed, has the ball up 6. Rucker with a crazy adjustment midair.
Offensively, he's got much more efficient offensively as the season has gone on. We see the open 3 in the corner and right there.
First career three-pointer. It certainly woke up the crowd. And now it's a 2-point lead with 1:35 left. They're up 2 with less than a minute to go in that game. Here we've got a minute to go. Florida with Mann almost takes the lead.
3-second differential between the clocks. Here's Trey Mann.
Wright working one-on-one. Little help from Johnson. Good finish from Jordan. At the O'Connell Center with Billy Donovan's name on the floor. He thanked the fans for making this the most difficult place to play in all of college basketball.
This is where Mike White was just getting into his team during that last timeout on the defensive end. They lost Tyree the last couple of possessions.
We haven't had a stoppage.
See that confidence just by being around them in a hotel.
T, step back.
Big time.
And lo and behold, it's a 3-point game. Just like that. Ole Miss, they changed their defenses, Ravi. 2-3 zone to 1-3-1, man-to-man.
For conference tournament seed, NCAA seed, hopefully.
Lewis one-on-one with Mann. That's a freshman guard coming. Payne comes over, but that's a goal that he would have called instead of a cylinder call. Right. Shaka for 3 is no good, and a chance for the Gators.
Shots have been hit by the Gators. Looks a little bit like the Providence game that they won. Foul on the drive. Sees the floor, sees it. They didn't have to run anything. He saw Noah Locke wide open at the top. Put it right on the money for an easy shot. Noah Locke with a freshman November, December. But most coaches and players look at it, could be a wide open race.
Shown capable, Mike and his staff are striving for consistency.
Diallo with the drive. He's been better in the paint than on the perimeter.
Get the ball reversed. Ball has stayed on this side of the floor for the last 15 seconds.
And Diallo went right into the defense but drew the foul.
Looks like a high ball screen in the clock. He rejects it.
Duke off the window. Rebounded by Jatoba. A hang and a hit from.
Not much separation is going to happen, I don't think. But still. Thompson found a lane and got fouled. And badly more of a defender on the floor now. He's got it with 4 to shoot. Way outside. Not this time.
Florida State's won 5 of these. A lot of that has to do with their height advantage.
Too much dribbling, too much dribbling, too much dribbling.
The light one-on-one throws it up. No good. Lino just kind of throws it up, but a good bucket.
Take there from Jaden McDaniels.
Another undecided player.
Unless Mike White wanted something specific, and maybe it was just picking up that foul, being late in transition on defense.
Second half. Again, let's see if they get to the free throw line anymore. That's where they've been making their hay.
Man, kick outside to Lewis. Castleton double team, nice.
It's crazy, too. Give the Horned Frogs credit today, Reese. They are leading Missouri 98.
However you want to slice it, this has a big feel to it.
For Florida, that was a matchup of particular importance for Ben Howland, Mississippi State head coach, on how those 2 4s would match up. 5 on the boards.
A bit more comfortable, they might be able to extend that lead playing at home.
Off the set inbounds, it's Mintz. Comes up short. Kentucky fans know about complicated seasons, right? But they may be starting to find their way. 2-0 in league play.
15 seconds for Kentucky to run offense and try to score.
Here's Allen.
I'm not a fan of it. I think you can just pull those guys to the side and say, hey, listen, guys, let's clean it up. I think that's the same outcome.
That's a whole lot of dudes stepping up.
Didn't he? Zach Tech Arena in Gainesville, Florida. Stetson Hatters out of the Atlantic Sun. They come in 0-2. Led by Donnie Jones, the former.
Deals, active hands, good anticipation, getting in the passing lanes.
You go, this is what I need to be effective. Good for him for doing it.
He traveled. They got him again. Terry Weimer on the hip surgery in May, and they are so happy he's 100%.
Yeah, you need to seek out good shot opportunities for him because that'll keep his confidence high.
Rucker on the cut. Got it from Peterson. Rucker is fast.
State can make the 3. He came up big in the second half against LSU.
They've been, especially on the offensive end. It's not necessarily game to game. It can be half to half.
Jackson out of the break, short.
The way Kim wanted it and wrote it out for me.
It's right on the card.
Yeah, right on the card.
You read that nicely. Impact player in the SEC.
Well, he did a great job and he played for Buzz Williams on a good Virginia Tech team.
Teague strokes a 3.
They call him a mini version of Rico, huh?
As you saw at the scorer's table, waiting to come back in is Blackshear.
Point barrier in conference.
Like Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus on select unlimited plans, and Discovery Plus on us. You even get one of our best 5G phones on us.
Wins. I mean, they knocked off Illinois, who just knocked off Michigan last night. They beat Alabama and they beat Tennessee when they were all ranked in the top 10.
And I would also say we're going to go over our SEC awards later. I rented a tux for tonight, so I'll finally get to wear it as Mitchell Smith gets.
Carolina. But I would keep your eye on Arkansas on the women's side. To me, they're always interesting because of the way they can score.
Shot clock at 1, desperate.
To make you pay for it.
What does Conzo Martin tell his squad right here?
Well, they got to take care of the basketball. They got to make sure that you're strong with it. You got to pick.
You know, I know you think that Sharif should come back. He used, look, if you're a first-round pick, you got to go. But if not.
And Derucci will go to the free throw line, shooting 1-1. There's Mike White, 3 straight NCAA tournament appearances, and they would have.
First half, he kept them close, and then he's just continued that in the second half. His energy has been there from the start. His hands and his defensive presence have been there from the start. And it's
don't shovel the snow on top of our house. Throw it away from the house.
I love what you did there. And we are underway. The Arkansas starting.
Well, that is, you do have to redo it, and you have to figure out, all right, who can step up? Everybody says they want to.
And then uses that length to get that shot up over the top.
Of course, the Bigs have been playing pretty well up at Michigan. We're under 5 to go here in the first half. 2-point Mississippi State lead. Molinar from Iverson Molinar. Let's see if he tries to assert himself a bit more after a quiet first half.
Nice touch from the lock.
Back to back. And Alabama needs to now be a little bit more conscious of the clock.
Those two teams, at least as I see things now, are the 2 best in this conference.
Hey,
but,
I'm with UNC.
Too hard, runs the point off the bench. This is Grayson 5 to shoot. Lost the dribble. Mann takes it away. Another smothers play. And it's kind of lame. That's enough reason to call it.
Consecutive start tonight for Skylar Mays. Mays slides through. He's missed 3 in a row. Lead of the game from Florida. Late night in Gainesville. Hospitality industry lost a couple of earned.
Maxey in the mid-range. That's a brick.
The conversation as they came off the floor.
And guys, after Keontae,
You're going out into the driveway or full basketball court, whatever you have.
Looking to cause the offense to think, to be a little tentative, and you see that happening for the first time.
They are a tough out in this conference. You know they're capable of putting up triple digits. Another bad pass.
At West Virginia, we're kind of seeing that same speed and aggressiveness and clicking so far from forward in this first half, man. 50% from the field.
Defensively, got the turnover. That's
boy,
the
that
pass.
was a perfect,
That's the pass, Paul, that
There's one of those deflection, that desperate hard hat basketball. It will be the Gators ball, 2:52 remaining. 15.
Eric, like she knows the game. Like she can really break it down. And this was the good, this was the bad. And I think he pays attention.
He's second in the SEC in field goal percentage at 64%.
Team that time, but he missed the bunny. Bryant dribbled into traffic, lost it. Appleby somehow stays in bounds. Beautiful kick pass. Mann.
Well, that is, you do have to redo it, and you have to figure out, all right, who can step up? Everybody says they want to.
Eagles save the Eagles. Good help defense to bother the shot, and here comes State the other way. And Molinar had it taken away.
And I won't argue with the man, but I'll tell you what, that Tennessee team can get after you on that defensive end. And, you know, it's worth repeating. I mean, look, Mississippi State, they've won 2 league games on the road.
Points of the night. Turned over. Here's Mike giving him a screen. Schuler in traffic, lost it. Shot clock at 5. A hurry 3 Joyner. And Appleby
way to the basket. With a hustle by Brooks.
Great effort.
Great effort. Mann.
Said I'm going to go back to Alabama, got a chance to maybe play for a championship. That win against Tennessee was an eye-opener for a lot of folk. Locke already with 1-3. High arcer, and he finds the bottom of the net.
Florida,
and a steal
so
here
good.
from Mann. Good read, Trey Mann. If they're even in the same conversation right now as Alabama, it doesn't feel that way.
No, it does not. And
he's incredibly long, too.
There's another deflection.
look good when you're down 15.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of which,
Turnover.
another turnover.